The University of Nevada, Las Vegas is under scrutiny as a recent death has occurred during an organized fight night. The passing of a 20-year-old member of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity has been ruled a homicide. Nathan Valencia was a junior studying kinesiology with no prior amateur boxing training or fights under his belt, yet he would be the main event that night. The Clark County coroner would confirm that the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head and classify the passing as a homicide. A homicide ruling simply describes one person dying at the hands of another. The November 19th boxing match raised money for Center Ring Boxing, a youth club, Kappa Sigma had stated in an Instagram post. The fraternity said Valencia's match was the main event. A cell phone video of Valencia's boxing match appeared to show him and an opponent wearing protective headgear and boxing gloves, as Nathan took several punches to the face and head during the 3-round bout in front of what appeared to be a large and rowdy crowd. Minutes after the fight, Nathan would collapse and was taken to a hospital where he died 4 days later. Nathan was admitted to the nearest hospital where the doctor said that he had suffered internal bleeding and brain injuries during the fight. Nathan would tragically succumb to his injuries on November 23rd and was to celebrate his 21st birthday only a few days later.
Our preliminary investigation reveals mistakes were made and safety precautions overlooked. We will be completing a full investigation to determine how UNLV and the Kappa Sigma fraternity could allow and promote an event like this to take place,
the family would say in a statement through their attorney.
College students should not be placed in a situation where they are pitted against each other for combat.
Nick Lasso, an attorney for the Valencia family, told local news KTNV that medical help for the student was not immediately available at the event. He would also state that the referee of the fight was not a professional, and some reports state he may have been inebriated. The family's attorney said they will leave no stone unturned to determine how a 20-year-old ended up in a school-sanctioned amateur fight that cost him his life. In an interview with CBS 8, Nathan Valencia's friend, Joe Castro, said that the event looked like an underground fight club. Joe did not see any medical help and fight broke out. Joe also alleged that people were busy on their own while his friend was lying unconscious. Michael B. Wilson, the executive director of Kappa Sigma, told the New York Times the fraternity was greatly saddened by the loss of Nathan Valencia, but declined to respond to further questions on the student's death. A spokesperson for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said the agency investigated the licensing of the boxing charity event and has uncovered no information that there is any criminality on the part of the venue. Valencia's girlfriend, Lacey Foster, told KTNV that she attended the event and got a really weird feeling as soon as she entered the venue. Attorneys for Valencia's family claim there was no medical personnel at the event whatsoever, and past participants of the event had been knocked out unconscious or required medical attention, which they never got. They also said a referee appeared to be drinking alcohol before the fights.
It is unacceptable that individual in charge of enforcing the rules of combat with the authority to stop the fight would be impaired,
the attorney said.
From this, it is clear that UNLV, Kappa Sigma fraternity, and the Sahara Event Center all looked the other way and failed to ensure proper safety precautions were in place.
Students and friends of Nathan gathered for a candlelit vigil on Saturday the 27th, which marks what would have been Nathan's 21st birthday. His girlfriend Lacey Foster remembered him at the vigil.
"I promise to keep your memory alive,"
she said.
"My life is now a celebration of yours."
Nathan Valencia, who was a registered organ donor, was honored by hospital staff with an honor walk on Thanksgiving. His organs were donated to help 8 people in need, and like that, even in death, Nathan would continue to help others in need. If you have not considered becoming a registered donor, I would recommend you take the time and look into it. A GoFundMe page has been set up in remembering the life of Nathan Valencia. I will post a link below if you feel like donating to the family for medical and funeral needs. Nathan was said to impact almost everyone that had the pleasure of meeting him. Always putting other people in front of him, Nathan seemed to always carry a smile which could light up any room he walked into. A loving son, brother, friend, and significant other, Nathan has left many saddened by his tragic death. Alright fam, that's it for this one. If you feel like supporting me, do so by liking, commenting, and subscribing.